Hello, my name is Tiffany Chang, and this is Conductor as CEO, where I share some of my ideas about leadership. I imagine a world where conductors make artistic organizations great, like CEOs make businesses great. First, by being of service to its people. Today, I want to talk a little about trusting musical teams. As professional musicians, we all share the background of competitive environments, high stakes auditions, and things never being quite good enough. High performance is a primary marker of success for us, and we spend the majority of our time alone making our work better and better. So when we finally get a job and join a large artistic organization, we suddenly become part of a team. And this mindset of high performance equals success becomes only part of the equation, and sometimes even a problem. One of the highest performing teams is the Navy SEALs, and they're famously known for the method in which they evaluate candidates. They look at performance on one axis and trust on the other axis. Performance is technical excellence, particularly under pressure, and trust refers to personal accountability, honesty, and how much they look out for each other. It makes perfect sense that the SEALs would want high performance plus high trust and do not want low performance plus low trust. But interestingly, they found that they would much prefer someone who is medium or even low performance plus high trust versus someone who is high performance plus low trust. The latter is what they would call a toxic team member. Someone who blames others, cares only for themselves, and is a negative influence on the team. Ultimately, the SEALs realize that it is much easier to coach performance than character. Learning about all this made me realize just how easily I can recall the toxic members in orchestras that I've worked with. Those who suck the energy away when they enter the room, those who make me feel like I'm walking on eggshells, who worries about upping their own status while putting others down, and who has a negative impact on my performance and those around them. When I'm confronted by these toxic musicians, especially as a conductor in rehearsal, I never really know what to do or what to say in response. My confidence just melts into a puddle, and I don't feel trusted, safe to do my work, nor feel like I could trust them. Trusting teams are the healthiest and highest performing kind of teams, says Simon Sinek in his book, The Infinite Game. And a study by Will Phelps showed that inserting even one bad apple wreaking havoc in a team can decrease productivity by 30 to 40%. And it can constrict creativity, innovation, and communication. So we should simply not hire high performance plus low trust musicians, right? Well, it is not exactly that simple. Trust is a feeling, and it's things like keeping promises, loyalty, transparency, and honesty. Those can only be measured and cultivated through time. So they're almost impossible to accurately assess in how we currently hire musicians today. Even in the case of a lengthy trial period, people tend to stay on their best behavior the entire time. So assessing performance, in comparison, is a much more concrete method for hiring musicians, since we ultimately do want them to sound good as a group. But what if hiring a toxic member actually might cause the group to perform worse over time and bring down morale? Is that a risk that we're willing to take? Also, are we passing up excellent team members who may be medium performance plus high trust and have the potential to quickly increase their performance? Those are questions organizations and leaders must grapple with. Unless there's significant reform in hiring procedures that effectively account for trust, it is more likely than not we will end up with some toxic people in our ensembles. So the question becomes, what could we do about this? The solution, I think, is to protect ourselves from toxic people and to help them be better. I'm going to offer 4 thoughts. Number 1, we can use positive reinforcement by rewarding high performance plus high trust and not rewarding the low trust musician. This will show the entire organization where your values are and offer solidarity through action for those who are negatively affected. In other words, we're creating safety. Number 2, we can exercise the skill of bad apple neutralization, as described by Daniel Coyle. This means deflecting the negative energy away, responding with warmth, and emphasizing the shared goal and path everybody is on. Again, this neutralizes the threat and creates a safer, more comfortable space. Number 3, we can actually include musicians in peer reviews. Often, musicians are assessed from the top down by a single person or a small group of people. The perspectives within the teams can actually reveal a lot, and it makes the other musicians feel like they're trusted to have a voice and can contribute to building the culture for the organization. Lastly, number 4, we can address the issue head on and offer coaching to these low trust musicians to help them improve as a team member. Demonstrating our sincere wish for them to be better shows them that we trust them enough for a second chance. Earlier in my career, I was so determined to support high trust that it was one strike and they're out for anyone who made a trust mistake. While the intention was noble, I didn't give them a second chance. And now I believe that I was wrong. And it is important for the growth of that person and the organization to coach them through and see if they can grow. And if they end up being completely uncoachable, then in the words of Duolingo CEO Louis von Ahn, it's probably better to have a hole than an asshole. I hope this offers some perspective for how we may enhance trust in our ensembles so that they may perform at their absolute best. If these ideas resonate with you, please consider signing up in the link below to receive an email with each blog post sent directly to your inbox. Thank you and have a great day.